Hey yogis, it's Marissa with Moonbeams Yoga. Today's going to be part 2 of our 3-part series for hips and hamstrings for beginners. If you don't already, grab a couple of blocks. You can also use water bottles or something of the sort as an alternative. And make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Take a deep breath in. And let's begin. So this class is going to be pretty similar to the last class with a few variations, and we're going to add on a few different elements, but we'll start in child's pose, just as we did in the first video. Knees wide, feet together, and just allow yourself to sink down, find your sacred space, and breathe. Slowly make your way up into a tabletop position. Hands beneath your shoulders, knees, hips width distance, and we'll come into a thread the needle. So bring your right hand all the way up, stretch up, and exhale. Bring your arm all the way underneath you. You're going to land on your right shoulder, and you can readjust your left hand. So it's giving you a little bit of leverage to twist your chest up towards the ceiling. Take a few rounds of breath here. Exhale away any other thoughts. And slowly come back up into a tabletop position. Readjust if you need. And then same thing on the other side. Inhale, left hand up. And thread the needle, bring it all the way under. If you notice that your toes came out of line with each other, just bring them back into alignment. This will help bring your hips to be a bit more even. Big breath in. Full exhale, let it go. Twist a little deeper. And come back up into your tabletop position. And we're going to walk it forward here into puppy pose. So just start to walk your hands forward. And you can slowly adjust your hips, walk your knees back, and allow your chest to start sinking towards your mat. Really feel your shoulders expanding and opening, and take a few rounds of breath here. And then slowly walk your hands back up into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Send your hips back. Gaze at your kneecaps. Let your ears drop away from your shoulders. And on an inhale, lift your tailbone up. And exhale, send your heels back. Hips pull back now. Gaze at your knees. Take one round of breath. And inhale, pull your right foot towards the back of the room. Foot is flexed. Bring your right foot all the way through. We're going to come into a low lunge. So walk your toes forward a bit more. Lower your back knee. Untuck your toes. And position your blocks so that you can come up. Maybe you make your stance a little bit wider. Open up your chest, face up. You can really use your blocks for support here. Or if you don't have blocks, you could always put your hands on your front knee. Give yourself a little bit of support that way. Steady your gaze, not looking around the room, not looking at me for a moment. Just look straight forward and breathe. And keeping with what we did last time, tuck your back toes, straighten your legs, coming into your extended pyramid pose. Inhale, send your right hip back. Head pulls forward. And once again, you can bend your arms, fold over your leg if this feels good. Or just stay straight out, listen to your body. Stay up nice and high on your back toes. Engage your kneecaps. You feel them lift up, your quadriceps engage. And find some stillness, gaze down at your big toe. Pull your lower belly in, spine is straight from your tailbone all the way out to the crown of your head. And on your next inhale, lift your right arm up, sticking with that same flow, gaze up, twisted pyramid. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come back to block. This is where something new comes in. So we're going to come into side angle pose. So now your right hand plants, back heel comes down, front knee bends, lift hand up. For side angle pose. Once again, if you don't have a block, you can just rest your elbow on your knee right here. Gaze up past your thumb if that's possible. And exhale, bring your hands back down to frame your foot. Meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes up and back. Foot is flexed. Try to keep engaging your legs. Engaging your belly, equal weight in each hand. And bring your left foot all the way through, coming into your low lunge. Walk your foot forward. I'm going to demonstrate this side without blocks, but you know where to go if you want to use the blocks for any portion of this. You can come up to your Anjaneyasana Asana, low lunge. Push into your heel. Maybe experiment with lifting the ball of your foot off for a moment and pushing into the back, top of your back foot. Perhaps you play around with lifting your hands up. Feel free to play with anything in this practice that feels good. Hand positions. Maybe you want to stay in a pose. Maybe you want to experiment with a pose. You're at your home, you're doing your own practice, so feel free to have fun, play, go off the beaten path a little bit. That's one of the advantages of practicing in the comfort of your own safe space. Take another inhale, lift your hands. And then coming into your extended pyramid pose, maybe this time you play with fingertips. You still have a little bit more length. And this is your next step without the blocks. Head pulls forward, left hip pulls back this time. And then once again, you can experiment with bending your elbows and fall forward. Take one more inhale. And then keep your right hand planted. You can stay on your fingertips. Please feel free to use a block if you need. Maybe you need it for some poses and not others. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left hand up, twisted pyramid pose. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then coming into your side angle, your left hand comes down, back foot plants. Come up, side angle. Really push through the outer edge of your back foot with your straight leg. Maybe that doesn't make sense right now. One day it'll just click and you'll be like, oh, I get it. Kind of using your straight back foot as a suction cup. It's pulling in towards your front foot. Both of your legs are energetically pulling in towards each other. Take an inhale, lift your arm a little higher, chest spins towards the ceiling. And then hands plant down to frame your foot. Meet in your downward facing dog. Maybe you make some shoulder rolls, wiggle out. Lift your booty high. Full exhale. Sigh it out. Yeah. And this time, come down onto your knees. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round. Few more rounds in your own time, linking breath to movement. Neutral tabletop position. And this time, swing your feet around front. We're coming into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Feet are still flexed. Grab onto your big toes if you can. If not, just start walking your hands forward slowly. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, slowly walk your hands back up. Bend your knees so the soles of your feet are now on the mat. And we're going to come into a little modified rabbit pose. So reach your hands underneath your calves, grab for your shins. Inhale. And exhale, lean back. Let the crown of your head drop towards your knees. We'll take just a few breaths here. Inhale, come onto your fingertips, walk them behind you. And come down onto your palms if that's comfortable. Inhale, lift your heart up, gaze up. Feel your heart cracking open, feel that nice back bend. And then keep breathing deeply. Take some nice neck rolls in both directions. And come back up. When you're ready, bring your right leg out long. Your left foot is going to plant inside of your thigh. And then inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, fold over your straight leg. Eventually, you'll have your forehead working towards your knee. So you're getting this little doming action in your back. It'll help you feel the stretch even more in your legs. And take a few breaths here. Walk your hands up, switch sides, left foot comes out. Right foot plants inside your thigh, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, fall over your leg, foot is flexed, forehead comes towards your knee, really rounds in. Slowly walk your hands up, knees come back up. Inhale, both hands to the sky. Left hand plants behind you, right elbow hooks outside your left knee, gaze backwards. A little bit deeper twist than last time where we twisted in just a seated position. In this one, you have a little bit more leverage, so we're going just a little bit deeper in the twist this time. Inhale, arms rise up. Other side, right hand plants behind. Left elbow twists across, gaze backwards. Inhale, back up. And this time, exhale, come to lie down on your back. Bring your knees into your chest. And come into a happy baby. Grab for the outside edges of your feet and let yourself rock from right to left. Perhaps you straighten one leg and then the other. Let your legs come down long. Lift up your upper back so you can tuck your shoulder blades in a bit more. Palms face up. Come into your final Shavasana and rest. Full exhales. On your next inhale, bring your arms overhead. Stretch out as long as you can. And then knees into chest. Rock yourself up. Take a few rocks into your sitting position. And closing out our practice, bring your hands to heart center. Breathe in this feeling of love into your heart space. Hands come to third eye center, gaze up slightly. Bring this sense of love into your thoughts, mind, and actions. Inhale, hands come all the way up. Send this love out to the world and all its inhabitants. And bow forward. Give yourself some gratitude. Namaste. Sending you love.